everyone, it's Marisa from bumblebeeapothecary.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make fish stock. So this video has been a long time coming. I live in Colorado where I'm very much landlocked, so finding the right type of seafood to make fish stock is a bit of a challenge, but I finally found a place to get it, and it's actually an online place, and I'm going to share that with you in a second. But what you want to look for when you're making fish stock is fish that has skin and bones in it. And I know for me, when I go to the regular grocery store, it is almost impossible to find cuts of fish like that. So I was really excited to find out about this place where you can order fish that actually has skin and bone. You want those bones and the skin for the nutrients, especially that connective tissue, to make a really good meat stock if you're following the GAPS diet or if you just want the best benefits possible. So I'm going to show you what fish I got, and we're going to get started making this. If you live somewhere close to where you can source a lot of local seafood, then you're going to have a lot easier time finding the right kind of fish to make fish stock with. You want oilier fish, you want something with skin and bones, and the website that I found that has this type of fish is called vitalchoice.com, and I'll have a link to them down below. And the cut that I got from them was wild Alaskan sablefish. It's also called black cod, and so these are the roasts, and they have skin on them that you can see and bones in them. So I'm gonna go ahead and just open up these packages and put them into my stock pot. Fish stock is a really great thing to include on the GAPS diet because it has all those great nutrients for brain health and lots of other areas of the body. The recipe that I'm following today comes from Dr. Natasha's book. It'll be the same in her blue book or yellow book. I just happen to have her blue book, Gut and Physiology Syndrome, so that's where I'm basing my recipe off of. All right, so for her recipe, she says you need at least 9 ounces of fish, and each of these pieces are about 12 ounces, so I'm roughly doubling her recipe. And so I'm gonna need 2 teaspoons of peppercorns, and she says to crush them slightly. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that with a mortar and pestle. And then I'm going to add enough water to cover the fish. She says that the ratio of water to fish is about 3 to 1. So I'm just kind of measuring to make sure that I have that amount. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my pot onto the stove. I'm going to bring it to a boil, and then once it's come to a boil, I'm going to reduce the heat down to a simmer, and then the cook time for fish stock is 1 to 1.5 hours. Dr. Natasha says to add salt towards the end of the cooking time, so salt to taste. So I'll go ahead and do that at the right time. All right, so the fish stock has been simmering for a little over an hour, and so now it is time to go ahead and add some salt. Dr. Natasha says to just add salt to taste. And then what we're going to do is just strain the meat stock. So that is the finished fish stock here. It smells really good. Cannot wait to taste it. So what I'm going to do with this now is go ahead and make the fish soup recipe that Dr. Natasha also has in her books. So to do that, I'm just going to go ahead and take the fish meat out and set it aside. So I just have the fish meat that I'm setting aside, and I'm just being careful to not get any peppercorns in there with it. And then I'm just going to kind of rinse out my pot so that I can use that again. And then what I'm going to do is add my fish stock back to this pot now that it's all been strained. So I have the strained meat stock in there. It's coming up to a boil, and then I'm going to cut up the vegetables that she recommends. I'm going to do 2 onions, 2 carrots, 2 zucchini, and just add those to that fish stock. cutting everything pretty small because I want it to be small enough to be, you know, eaten easily, since we are just creating a soup here that we're gonna enjoy at this point. Ooh, we've got some strong onion going on here. And she says to do the carrots thinly sliced, so I'm going to try to do that. For the zucchini, she says to peel it and cut it into small cubes, so that's what I'm going to do. So now I'm going to add the lid and let all of these simmer. It's at a boil, so I'm going to reduce the heat down to a simmer. Add the lid and then let it simmer for 10 to 15 minutes. So as the vegetables are simmering, then I'm just going ahead and preparing some of the toppings. I have a lemon here that I have cut in half, and then I'm going to chop up some dill. I also have some sour cream. These are all the toppings that Dr. Natasha recommends for serving this soup with. She also says you can do a sliced boiled egg with it too, which sounds really tasty. I'm not gonna do that today, but it is very tasty if you do that. So I have those ready to go, and then I'm also going to start looking at my meat. She says that it's really important to include the skin and connective tissue and everything when you're having meat stock and fish soup. And so she also says that you can add the bones if they're soft. You can blend soft bones with that tissue and skin and everything and add it back to the meat stock. The bones from this are not that soft, but I am gonna pick through and remove the bones and then chop up the meat and skin and everything and make sure that all that connective tissue is included. And once the vegetables are done simmering, we're gonna go ahead and add this meat back to the pot. Just watching for those bones to remove them, and then cutting up any bigger pieces of meat and cutting up any pieces of skin. Just making sure everything is nice, you know, bite-sized so that you could eat it easily. You see some nice gelatinous stuff, some nice connective tissue. The skin, Dr. Natasha says, is really important and full of great benefits, so I'm being really careful to include all of that, just cutting it up into nice bite sizes that are going to, you know, be good to eat. Okay, perfect timing. We are done simmering here. Turn off the heat for that. Gonna go ahead and just add all of this right to the pot. Just gonna give it a stir to incorporate everything. Just let you see what that looks like as it's all finished. Then we're gonna go ahead and serve it up. And then we're gonna squeeze some lemon juice. Do a nice dollop of our cultured cream. This is kefir cultured cream. You can use yogurt cultured cream also. And then a nice little sprinkle of dill. And it is ready to enjoy. So I hope that you really enjoyed seeing how to make fish stock and a fish soup from that fish stock. Check out that description box for the link to where you can buy really good sustainable seafood no matter where you live. Also check out that description box for links to free ebooks and other goodies. I also have lots of GAPS diet resources down there, a meal plan and a full program where I coach clients through the GAPS diet. If you have other video ideas, recipe ideas, anything that you want to see and for me to make videos on, be sure and leave me a comment and let me know what they are. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with anybody else who you think would enjoy seeing it, and if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I get out 2 new videos every week on nourishing recipes and natural living. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.